welcome back. Today is Monday, November 30th. I had a joke submitted to me from Maisie Beam. Her joke is, did you hear about the actor who fell through the floorboards? He's just going through a stage. Wow. Nice job, Maisie. Let's talk about what you're doing today. This week, you're going to be going over the last lesson of this chapter, which is over mirrors, lenses, and the eye. As you can see on this slide, you're going to start with your warm-up. You did not have warm-ups last week, so make sure you get back into the routine and of the habit of doing those. Those are still going to continue to be 5 points every single day, so it should be a pretty simple way to up your grade. After you're done with the warm-up, you can see here it says types of mirrors, reading, and questions. Today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, you're going to have a pretty simple task when it comes to reading. For your reading, you only have to read 1 page per day here. After you're done with that, you're going to have some questions that I have listed on Google Classroom. So let's talk about your warm-up for the day. And of course, make sure you turn in your science notebook before Friday. Many of you are struggling doing that. That is still 25 points. If you would rather just write those words in your actual science notebook and take a picture of it, if that's easier for you, then great, do that. Either way, you still need to be writing down each of your vocab words, still writing down each definition, and still drawing a picture or using each word in a sentence. I'm still going to hold you accountable for that. Some of you enjoy doing it more on a Jamboard or on a Google Doc anyway, so go ahead and keep doing that, but the goal is still to get that accomplished. Now, for the warm-up today, as I just got done mentioning, we are going to be learning about mirrors. We're going to be learning about lenses. We're going to first focus here on the lens for the warm-up. It says, what is the difference between a concave and a convex lens? You can see the picture that I have posted on here might help you, as well as the hint I'm about to show you on the next slide as well. But let's take a look at this picture. This top one is a convex. So think about this lens like coming out towards you, whereas to the opposite of that would be a concave. How I remember this, and this might not help you, but for some reason it makes sense in my brain. To learn how a lens is concave, think about a cave you can walk into. If we had a little stick figure here walking towards this, it would look like you could walk into that, hence a cave. Okay, so cave is caving in, convex is coming out at you. Okay, now what is it that you need to write? You can find that answer on page 131, but getting back on the track, I went ahead and took some screenshots for you of these different pages. So if you look up here on the top left, it says a convex lens. A convex lens is curved outward on at least one side, so it is thicker. If I flip back, you can see that's exactly what's happening here. For a convex lens, it is coming outward. And then it says, just like a concave mirror, a convex lens has a focal point and a focal length, and you can see that on the page on table 5 if you go to this page on your online textbook. The more curved the lens is, the shorter the focal length. You're going to learn more about that here shortly. The opposite of that is a concave lens. As I mentioned, the second picture on that first slide, a concave lens is curved inward on at least one side and thicker at its edges. The image formed by a concave lens is upright and smaller than the actual object. Now, you are also going to learn about types of mirrors today. If you just say you walk into your bathroom and you look in the mirror, that is going to be a flat mirror, which is known as a plane mirror. That is going to be the same exact size. It's not like when you go into the bathroom and you look in the mirror, you look giant. It's not like a fun mirror that you would see at a carnival. That is considered a plane mirror. You're going to be the exact same size. That's what it means when it says a concave lens, and it's saying that it is upright and smaller than the object. So that would be like if you looked in the mirror and you looked much smaller than you actually appear. Concave lenses are usually used in combinations with other lenses and instruments such as telescopes and microscopes. I allowed you guys to use microscopes before we switched to this hybrid plan quite a few weeks ago. So that would be an example of a concave lens. So then you can zoom in on something. That is your answer for your warm-up. You really just need to write the first sentence of each of these paragraphs to then tell me the difference between a convex and a concave lens. Okay, now that you have submitted your warm-up, remember you need to now complete this assignment. It says types of mirrors, reading, and questions. You can go to page 130. All you are going to be assigned to do today is read the one page, which is on page 130. You also need to take note of table 4, which is the blue table on this page. It will also help you out in answering these questions. You have, let me move my head here, maybe. You have 13 different questions that you need to answer, which are listed right here on the screen. Some of them are going to be much easier than others. If you read through the page, some of them are word for word in the text that you're going to be reading. Others you're going to have to think about a little bit. Okay, I have already went ahead and gave you some hints. Some of the hints are going to be more insightful than others just because I think some of these questions are relatively easy as long as you are reading through them. If we take a look at number 1, that's the only one I really want to go over with you here. So then you can go ahead and get started. It says, where have you seen a mirror that makes an object appear smaller or larger? Hopefully the hint that I posted for that one is helpful as well. But think about if you're sitting in your parents' vehicle, maybe in the front seat, and you look out the rearview mirror, what does it say? What is the text that it says on the bottom of that rearview mirror? If you have no idea right now, that's totally fine, but please do that. Think of that as like your homework assignment tonight. Take a look at the rearview mirror in your parents' vehicle, so then you can see what it is we're talking about. You probably have never really took notice of that before, but now that we're talking about mirrors, it relates to this. You have these 13 questions that you're going to answer. Use the hints that are going to follow this video, and then of course stick around to the very end to make sure that you have completed all of the assignments for today. The more you get behind, the more work you're going to have tomorrow. So please stay on the ball. Make sure you're continuing to sign into Synergy and seeing if you have any missing assignments, and I will be happy to update those. Enjoy the rest of your Monday.